Hello, everybody, and welcome to another mini episode with me, Djbatman. Well, today I'm going to talk about a person that people look at being a good person, but I believe is actually just scamming people to be able to live a better life and pretend to actually care, and that's Mr. Beast. I've been following this guy for many years. And, when he first started, I believe, yes, he did care and stuff. But once he reached a certain point, I believe he's just more about getting those likes, views, and having that money coming in. For instance, he did a thing not too long ago where he recreated the show Squid Games. And he spent over $4 million. $4 million, and he gave away like $500,000 to people who won, but literally spent $3.5 million recreating a set for a less than a 30-minute video. And here's what I have to say. Okay, he's also did that 20 million trees thing, which is absolute waste of time. People think they're actually doing something by planting trees, but it's actually not doing anything. For one, trees don't absorb as much CO2 as people assume, because that would be given to phytoplankton, which absorb 50 to 85% of the world's CO2. Trees only absorb like 10%. They barely do as much as people think. Most of our oxygen comes from phytoplankton in the ocean. So just keep that in mind, people. Plus, the amount of trees he's planting is only going to take away one person's carbon footprint for a week. So it really doesn't do anything. Plus, like for the Squid Games thing, he spent $3.5 million just building these sets. And here's what I have to say. People keep saying this dude's out there to care and out there to fix and help people. But if he actually cared about people, why would he waste $4 million building a ridiculous recreation of a set for people just for entertainment? And you know what I would have done with the $4 million? I would have gone out. I would have set up facilities so that kids have a place to go, so to do stuff from woodworking to metal shop to make building electronics, playing games with people, all that kind of stuff. So that the suicide rate, which amongst the youth has actually gotten worse since this pandemic started. It was already pretty bad before it, but it's been getting worse. But see, that's the problem with people like Mr. Beast. People push his name, people put his face everywhere, but that's all he's become now. He's just a face. He's just a thing that people point to and we're like, oh, look, he's such a good guy. No, he's not. He doesn't actually care. He doesn't want to actually help people. He only pretends to help people. But a lot of people fall for it because we're so easily manipulated in today's society. I mean, seriously, people don't realize that companies like Facebook, Google, and many others have ran tests on us. Literally ran experiments on us to see how we would react. And we didn't even know what was going on. People don't understand that. When it comes to people like Mr. Beast, he's playing a game. He's not, because I watched a video one time of his where he bought a used car lot and then gave the cars away. Didn't make the people pay for them at all, just gave them away. Here's the thing that people aren't looking to account. People go, oh, but that's a good thing. Yes, you're looking at only the surface, but you're not looking at the fact that for an average American, it costs around $9,000 a year to maintain and to basically keep a car running. That includes fuel, tires, repairs, any of that stuff. That's the average price to own a car. It's $9,000 a year. So these people who were coming up, most of them couldn't even afford a car to begin with, are being given a car that they couldn't afford to begin with. So now they're going to have to figure out a way to pay for the insurance, pay for the gas, and all the other stuff, and also make sure that car is kept up so it doesn't fall apart and become a problem for the rest of us. But this is the problem with people. People just see somebody doing something good and immediately go, oh, look at that. Aren't they just an amazing person? And that's where people are stupid. I'm sorry, but you got to stop looking at stuff from the surface. Look at the ALS thing. People were doing the ice bucket challenge. I haven't heard about that in years. And now I bet you anything, ALS, I haven't checked, but I bet you anything, they're making the same amount of money they were making before the Ice Bucket Challenge because people, it's a fad. People don't look at the overall picture. They just look at the short-sightedness of them being like, oh, well, I did something good, so I pat myself on the back. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you can't stop helping people until everybody is helped. You can't just help a few people and then call it good. You have to keep helping until there's nobody that needs major help anymore. But we fall for things like Mr. Beast and Elon Musk and all these other people that pretend to be these great people that are trying to help people, but ultimately are scamming people. Mr. Beast in particular is the biggest scammer. People really look deep down into him and what he's actually doing and what he's spending his money on. It's just a waste. Like, literally, he's got videos where he's got like his friends and they're like, okay, whoever can carry whatever you can carry, I'll buy, or I'll give $1 million to whoever stays in this circle the longest. It's like, seriously, those are not videos. This dude's supposed to care and he's doing stupid crap like that. It's like, why isn't he actually out there building homeless shelters, helping people that actually need it, trying to solve problems that our government and normal people don't seem to care about? But that's the problem. These people are nothing more than a face. They become a face that people see and people immediately associate. Whenever I see a business that says, we are a proud sponsor of Mr. Beast, they get none of my money. Not a dime. Because they are basically using that manipulation on their customers to make them think that their business is good. Just because they're supporting Mr. Beast. And I think it's ridiculous. Now, I know a lot of people will probably get mad at me for saying this, but I don't care. You people need to really look at what you're supporting and at what you're really doing to actually help this world. Because just because I had somebody tell me that they donated a couple years ago to Suicide Hotline, and I was like, congratulations. Do you want a fucking cookie? The suicide rate's still getting worse. Your donation did nothing. Because it's just a way for people to throw money at something and pat themselves on the back. And that's exactly what people do with Mr. Beast. They go, oh, well, he's doing a great thing. He's a great guy. Yeah, and all Mr. Beast is doing is just patting himself on the back, really not doing anything to help people. My goal with my business is to make enough money so I can take 20% of all my proceeds, with some items even more, and actually do something to building centers where people can go and do things so that they're not at home being depressed and alone and feeling like nobody cares about them. Because that's what we need in this world. We need centers again. We need places where people can go that doesn't cost a fortune or doesn't cost anything at all. And we don't have much of that anymore. People want to go places that are kids. There's pretty much nothing. Like in my town, we've gotten rid of most of the stuff for kids. And if you do want to go somewhere, it costs a lot of money to go and do stuff there. So if people like Mr. Beast actually cares, he needs to actually show it by actually doing more instead of wasting his money on garbage. So, and I would have, like I said, I would have spent that $4 million on something more better. You know what, to be honest, I would have spent that $4 million and gone to PBS and said, hey, we need to make a new Mr. Rogers show because the world needs a new Mr. Rogers. Or get somebody else to do other stuff. I mean, it's like there's just so much more we could have done with that money, but he wasted it on a stupid recreation of a show that was okay. Just another show ripped off from anime and everything else. It's just about killing people. That's all it is. But anyways, that's really all I got to say about that. It just irritates me how much people like this are being praised, but actually aren't doing much to really fix anything. Just doing small little things to help people, and then people just immediately think it is good. So let me know what you think in the comments below. It really helps me. Let me know what you think, and I like to hear what you have to say. Also, hit like if you like what I do, and follow if more information. And as always, I'll have all my links down below for my support. I just recently set up a Patreon, so I got some nice stuff on there. If you'd like to check those out, I'll have the link below, along with my Teespring and my Etsy store. And I also have all the links now to my social accounts, so you can add me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and all the others. So on that, I hope everyone takes it easy. And as always, I leave every mini episode with a song. And today we're going to play a song called Spell by a band called Roof featuring Christine Smith. I'm Djbatman, and I will see everybody next time. Peace.